Well, I'm really excited, guys. For all of you who aren't familiar with Dr. Kyle Stanley, you guys have been living under a rock, because Kyle has been an international speaker. You just at the top of your game clinically, and I think that what you now speak on is so important. Like, probably the most important thing that we should be preaching about or teaching about, and that is light side. That's mental health, that's burnout, that's depression, anxiety, all the things that social media, unfortunately, you don't get to see a lot of that because you're looking at everyone's highlight reels. So you're going to be joining us at the retreat this November 15th to 17th. And Kyle, like, you were at the top of your game and you were ready to quit dentistry.
That's right.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I had some great mentors. I did a lot of research. I was, like you said, I think very good clinically. I was doing well financially. My practice was doing well, but my stress level was so high that I said, like, none of it is worth it. It's being this stressed out in my life is not worth the money or, the accolades or whatever it is. And I actually came home and told my wife that I was going to quit dentistry. And I went through this journey where I realized, like, I have to put myself first so that I can take care of other people, right? Because as dentists, so many of us, we provide for others, right? We provide for our patients, for our team, for our families, whoever. And I think sometimes we forget that we need to put on our own oxygen masks sometime when the plane is going down, right? And that was exactly what I did. And I went on this journey where I started looking at positive psychology and, the psychology of overachievers and going down into the research and PubMed. And I went on this really cool journey where I finally started feeling better. And I put together all my little puzzle pieces and started talking about this because I had been posting and lecturing and being all over on the clinical side for a long time. And it was interesting how I could talk about smile design for 6 hours or implants for 6 hours or something. And then for 10 minutes of my lecture, or for like one post out of 100 posts, I would post about mental health. And that was what everybody wanted to talk to me about. Mm-hmm. And I realized, like, well, this is a bigger problem than I thought. Like, it's not just me. I did it selfishly so that I could, like, get it out and talk about it. But I realized that's what everybody was going through.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I just opened this brand new office. It's our second location, and at the time that it's supposed to be it's supposed to be a celebration, like
right.
And all I feel is just this overwhelming sense of overwhelm, yeah. Anxiety, and I talk about it on the podcast. And I reached out to you, and I told you that after listening to Lightside, like, your story resonated so deeply with me, and I know it resonates so deeply with so many other docs who have gone through exactly what we experience, and frankly, we're too embarrassed to talk about. Yeah. We're achievers. So what is Lightside Academy?
Yeah, so Lightside Academy is kind of something I never planned on doing, but as I started talking about this more and more, I had colleagues and friends that would be like, hey, do you have like a support group? And I'm like, no. They're like, do you have like a course on this? And I was like, no. And people started asking me, so then I created it. Something good that came out of the pandemic was I finally had, a few weeks off where I could create this. So I created an online course, which that's how it started. Then it turned into, we have a bi-monthly support group and mastermind group. I do live courses. So it's funny how it was kind of the need. It wasn't something I was planning on doing, but it was a need that our profession needed. And I had many people just asking me how, once I told my story, they said, like, well, tell me what you did. What did you do? Like, and it was a lot to tell people. So I just created a course out of it. And it's been the most rewarding thing that I've done in my entire career, and I've done some pretty cool stuff in my career, but with Lightside Academy and just helping people in general on their mental and relational health has been so rewarding for me to get messages from doctors from all over the world saying, I watched your course, or I watched a video, or I saw this post, and you really spoke to me. I thought I was the only one. I mean, we've had stories of, I have a story of a guy that sent me something from Canada, and he was literally said, I was standing on a box with a dog leash around my neck, ready to like commit suicide. Thank God I didn't. And then I saw something that you posted, and you made me feel like I wasn't the only one. And like just crazy stuff. I'm getting the chills talking about it, that I never thought that I could impact people like that. And so it's just been super rewarding for me.
I mean, going through what I'm going through now, and like going through Lightside, and I mean, I reached out to you and I said, we need to have you as one of our keynotes. Like, it is so important. And can you give us, because you're going to be talking for 90 minutes,
yeah.
Can you bullet points on the things that you're going to be addressing?
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about a lot of the misbeliefs in dentistry. So there's misbeliefs like, if I'm a good clinical dentist, then I'll be happy, right? So I'm just going to take Coyce and Spear and Dawson and DSD and Matt Najad's course, and like I'm going to take everybody's course, and then my life will be good. And I was that dentist that like had all of this good training, but still was going through so much stress. I'm going to be talking about leadership, which is something that, I mean, as a practice owner, like this is something we don't learn. Yeah. And there's a lot of misbeliefs about this. Like one of the ones that I'll be talking about and going a little deeper into is that our employees know when we appreciate them and when we're happy with their work, which is completely wrong. And so I'm gonna give you a specific example on how to do this, how to do it well. So yeah, we got 90 minutes. We've got a lot of time. It's not like, a lot of times when I get invited to speak, nowadays everybody wants like a TED Talk. So like, oh great, you have like 10 minutes to speak. And I'm like, we can't get into anything. No, we're gonna like get deep and dirty, and there's gonna be tears and smiles and hugs in the room. I'm super excited to come up to Sonoma.
No, I'm so honored to have you, and I know that most of your speaking engagements are international now. So to be able to get you in an intimate setting in wine country with, like, we'll have probably 75 people there. So
amazing.
Deep dive. We're going to talk about the hard stuff that is hard to talk about.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited, and I believe in what you're teaching so much that we're actually, for 5 people who sign up for Lightside, we're going to invite you to attend our Sonoma Getaway, which is all the entertainment, all the wine tasting, the food, the speakers.
Yeah, I can't believe you did that, actually. I told people I had nothing to do with this. This was Ashley's idea, but that is a crazy, crazy offer, and it means a lot to me that you got so much out of my academy that you're willing to do this. So thank you very much for doing that. No,
and I'm just appreciative that you're leading this discussion, and it's something that needs to be talked about. Like what you said before, we focus on our hand skills so much, and you even talk about how we need to retrain our mindset, and that it's not failure, it's a revision.
That's right.
Like, we need to change our vocabulary, how to address patient complaints and all of that. So I'm excited to see and meet you and dine and wine with you, and I really hope that your followers and our followers get to experience you up close and personal, because it's going to be an incredible event.
Yeah, I mean, Sonoma in November is hard to beat. Such a beautiful time in the center of California, and if you're into wine or food or just good weather and like a nice cozy blanket by a fire, Sonoma is the place to go. So I'm excited. For me, it's an easy trip, like you said. I do a lot of trips all over the world, so it's a nice, easy one for me. Like at the end of this month, I'm going to Romania for like a few days. So going to Sonoma is an easy one.
Oh, well, guys, thanks for joining us. We both have to go to sports. So
Yes,
if you want to hear the one and only Kyle Stanley speak on this important topic, make sure to join us. It's going to be an incredible event with your colleagues who know exactly what you're going through. And don't miss out and sign up for Lightside and then get it paid for. So
that's amazing. That's an amazing deal. Thanks for doing that.
thank you. And if you have any other questions, reach out to me or Kyle, and we'll see you. We'll see you in Sonoma.
See you in Sonoma.
Yeah.
Bye, Ashley.
Bye, Kyle.
See ya.
Thank you.